All right, I appear to have disappointed somebody out there. Before we talk about the game, before we get into this match, guys, I know I was going to run a shave it or save it campaign for my beard. Um, Circumstances beyond my control. It was shaved, and I apologize. But don't you worry, we'll get one of those in the future as I try to regrow it. I got a $1 donation telling me you suck for shaving your beard. Like, that feels good. Thanks a lot. All right. Welcome back to the Xsplit Duels, ladies and gentlemen. 2 TVZs, 2 best of 7s with really talented players here on the StarCraft 2 Battlegrounds. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map, just evening up the series 1-1. It is Acer's Paranoid.
And in the top right of Overgrowth, we've got our Green Terran. It is Alien Invasion's Lillekanin.
I'm a little shocked this map was picked, as it was Loser's Choice and Lillekanin's the one who picked it. This is a map that has just been... The Zerg have been loving it, Namshar. I'm sure you know this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm comfortable in this map.
Yeah, well, I'll just say real quick, for those who don't know, by the way, I'm Rifkin. Hi, welcome. Nice to meet you. But joining me today on the cast is my buddy Namshar, who is a Grandmaster Zerg player for Condor G Sports. So pretty darn good guy who knows what he's talking about.
Thanks, man. But yeah, it's a Zerg map, but the first thing that struck me when I saw Overgrowth, I was like, why on earth would you pick this map? But then I thought, Lillekanin, mech goes kind of hand in hand, usually anyway. And it's a pretty good defensive mech map, because you can set up on these high grounds, both in the natural and at the goal, and kind of, just set up and, just try to wear down the Zerg somehow. And defensively, yeah, pretty good mech map. So I guess we're going to be seeing that. I'll be surprised if we don't, because as you said, this map is good for Zerg. It's really easy to spot drops. You get a really easy to defend the 4th base. There's many factors that...
I think one of the most frustrating things Terran players have been dealing with drops on this map specifically is all this dead space around the main. It's so common that, okay, your medevac gets caught, you're probably going to go down, but you want to take a Mutalisk or 2 with you, so you unload Marines as you run, but you can't do that. There's so much unpathable terrain on this map.
Yeah, that as well.
Do you know about the kitchen, by the way, Nameshar?
The kitchen?
Yeah, there's a kitchen on this map. Do you know about that?
No, I don't.
Here, put your camera on mine while we wait for the game to get started. I'll show you. On both sides of the map, this little area near the gold, this is actually a kitchen with hanging meat, a table, plates, even a kitchen sink and everything. There's fridges, too. I'm not even kidding. I don't know why this is put in the map. Like, it's the weirdest Easter egg I've ever seen in my life, but...
Alrighty.
Look, they got fridges.
Right. That is... I did not know that. Thank you.
Fun facts and Easter eggs for everybody. But 6 Lings on the way. This time, actually, he doesn't have speed going for him. If Lillekanin sees that there's no gaps to the main, he may invest in that 3rd Reaper. Because it's, anytime a Terran player can get away with 3 Reapers, trust me, you want to get away with 3 Reapers. But being chased off already and no scout of that main, that sucks.
Yeah, do you know what I especially like about the fact that he's playing Gasless in this game? It's the fact that he did play speed in the last 2 games. So Lillekanin might just... it's kind of a common habit for a Terran player to, go into where, they'll scout the main twice and it's speed every time. And then the 3rd game, the Zerg go Gasless and the Terran is like, whatever, I'm not even going to bother scouting the main. I'm just going to try to do more damage because they think it's going to be speed again. And then it's not. I really like that. Because of the fact that he went speedy out of games.
Oh, nice escape with that Reaper. But you're right, and that's an interesting part of the way. I think out of every matchup in StarCraft 2 right now, TVZ is the one with the most assumptions in it. PVT, you try and guess whether it's an Oracle, this or that. ZVZ is always a, well, okay, is it Zerglings or not? But TVZ, there's a lot of assumptions to be made. Like, okay, we assume you have gas, and the Zerg player assumes a Reaper's on the way. You assume Hellions will be the follow-up. It's actually probably the one that you would think people would take the most advantage of in that regard. Every Zerg player is going to be assuming there's Hellions, so you make Roaches, and that's why Terran players have started to move more towards Marauders, and thus Mutalisks are coming out more and more. I mean, once upon a time, honest to God, it was Paranoid's teammate Nurchio was the only one I would ever see do 2-base Mutalisk, but it's actually becoming more and more common, once again, to deal with all these predictive things.
Yeah, and it's a good response to like Banshee builds, etc. So with Banshee builds, coming into just being more popular, so is 2-base meta, but 2-base meta not really something you want to do versus like completely normal 3CC play with his quick Marines and stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall behind, so that's why you don't see it that much. But yeah, you see some people use it every now and then. But we did see Paranoid actually taking a gas a bit later. So then I was starting to think, is he gonna use that one gas for like a quick lair, for a quick roach attack? But no, he just went into a bit later link speed, so I'm a bit confused actually. He's a bit oversaturated now as well, not really taking any additional gases.
Oh, I missed that drone dying earlier from the Reaper. Sorry guys, no first blood today. No first
Oh.
blood Reno because Rifkin's bad at the button. Okay, I'll make it up to. We'll just pretend whatever dies next is first blood. Okay, you guys didn't see this down here. You don't. This doesn't exist. Pretend that's it. Is he actually gonna get the hatchery though? Is my question. Okay, there we go.
First
So that was totally first blood, guys. Legit.
Yeah, let's say it was.
But okay, Cloak on the way, Banshee as well. This is kind of something interesting as well to bring some attention to. This wall at the front is the most messy looking thing I've ever seen, but this is something that's becoming more and more of a necessity we're finding in this matchup. You're seeing some players like Ryung throw down double engineering bays in lieu of supply depots. A lot of this is because all of these walls are slightly larger than every wall we've had to make in the past history for StarCraft 2 maps. So not that it's devastatingly different, you see a lot of players approach it differently, but that's why we see more third CCs, more engineering bays. It closes up the walls sooner.
Yeah. But, I mean, the fact that we see a barracks in the wall, that's gonna further kind of secure the assumption that we took. Oh my god.
There might be roaches here to defend, but can they clean these up fast enough? Roasted drones are going down right now. 12 drones dead so far. That number's gonna go up. He's got to get to the main, though, if he can slip by with a couple more. You only need 3 Hellions to one-shot a drone, guys, much less a whole line of them. So he's still got more than enough killing capability here. The Reapers are still alive, and Paranoid is trying to split, but perhaps a little too slow. He does manage to save. Oh,
he's taking a lot of damage though. This is. Ooh, he does have an okay drone count still, but that was a lot of damage.
17 workers killed for the cost of a couple Hellions, and these Reapers may even get out alive. Actually, no, they're just gonna probably go clean up a couple of low health drones. Yeah, with this Banshee as well.
Banshee, oh, does he have cloak on it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, wow.
Well, of course you can't see it because it's cloaked.
Yeah.
But okay, the Reapers get cleaned up. The Banshee gonna get a couple more kills. We got a Spore Crawler on the way, so I mean, its damage is somewhat limited, but it's still gonna get some pretty good damage out. Even force out a Transfuse by the looks of it. Lillekanin did a lot of damage with this attack, and on top of this all, the third place isn't completed like it normally would be. Remember, guys, he canceled and killed the drone. Oh my god, Paranoid in such disarray from this just early aggression out of a Terran player. You're so used to Terran players just playing somewhat more passive in TVZ. You know, you don't see these earlier pushes, but Paranoid absolutely paying the price for not expecting this right now. Can he save the queen? Oh, the transfuse!
Oh, nice. That was clutch.
But 11 workers dead, 28 in total. This doesn't get easy to recover off of, especially without a third base, which is sure to go down again. Why did he not cancel this?
Yeah, he's got some transfuse here. Maybe, well, he needs detection though.
Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. But Lillekanin's actually starting to dedicate way too much into this with these Hellions. Some more slip by, though, so I take that back. Natural base hole was unplugged, and drones are going down once again. Paranoid feeling the burn.
Man.
This is, you know, we expected this to be the Zerg map through and through. Not the case right now. This is the Hellion map.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, yeah, he's just taking so much.
Workers dead by the 12-minute mark in this game. Yikes. And a lot of this could have been prevented if he just had those queens on hold position here in the evolution chamber instead of chasing around all over the map. But again, he's kind of forced to do this because he's trying to defend the third.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of.
Oh, good transformation
weird.
servos! Transformation servos!
Is he gonna?
Gonna kill some more drones, maybe a queen here. The Banshee's still alive. I mean, this is just a chaotic third base. That's all I can describe it. Oh my god, it gets past the Overseer. It gets away from the Overseer. Oh, but it runs out of cloak energy. It's still alive, though. Does he have vision? He does have vision of it. He could kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 24 more workers going down. 52 in total in Hampshire. In your
Oh
expert
my-
Zerg opinion, what happens at this point?
The Zerg dies. That's what happens.
I mean, it's going to take a really bad engagement for Lillekanin for Paranoid to make this up. The thing that's worth noting, though, guys, is Lillekanin, his one thing I always joke about, he's actually got more than 50 workers on 3 bases. He didn't slack this game. He dealt a ton of
Nice.
damage while not slipping in the macro at home.
Yeah.
Quite frankly,
Well
that's
done.
probably one of his best games so far.
Yeah, he's done really well. I mean, I kind of have to say that move to, send all the Hellions in deep into the natural like that through the wall. That's kind of
It's risky.
It's kind of greedy. Yeah, risky. Because if Paranoid did have enough Lings or Roaches to hold that up, he's gonna lose so many Hellions and not accomplish anything at all. So it's a risky move. It's like a high risk, high reward situation, and it did work out. And I guess Paranoid just didn't expect it because you see it so rarely that you don't always have your queen in position to, wall that off completely. So
Oh,
that was unfortunate.
The Thors for
that
these
was
mutas. Oh, it sucks. Two
painful.
SCVs died though, so kind of evening out.
Slowly and steadily.
I gotta say, at this point though, it's not like Lillekanin is so far ahead in the game that it's an automatic loss for Paranoid. I mean, he did make up the worker loss.
Yeah.
His army supply difference isn't so drastic that it's devastating, but Lillekanin's ahead, without question, guys, in a big way. And what's interesting to see though is he didn't, well, he kept his macro good, and we just complimented him on his SCV count and all these other wonderful things. He didn't actually get a lot of upgrades while this was going on. His 1-1's only just now completing.
But he did get like a lot of turrets. Like the supply is a little bit deceiving because we see a 4th on the way. There's like turrets everywhere. He's got Vikings out. So his tech and infrastructure is like miles ahead of the Zerg player who doesn't even have a 4th on the way yet. So, and Lillekanin does scout that with his Hellion. Nice there. So
good, there's roaches here.
What does Paranoid need to do? I kind of feel like he needs to go Swarm Host.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, Swarm Hosts are good once you're kind of in this position where you can afford to go them, right? But if you just make 8 Swarm Hosts, they're expensive units. They're like, what, 200, 200 or something, right? Or 200, 100? Whatever the cost of them is, the point is they're way more expensive than Roaches. And if he makes them right now, he can only afford like 4 or 5. Whereas with all these Roaches, Tunneling Claws, there's no detection. He may be able to like Shark attack the tanks. And mass Roaches are good against Thors. A couple of Roaches, no good. Thors wreck them every single time.
Yeah, the reason that I'm getting so scared for Paranoid is because he went Muta, so he's going to be forcing a lot of Thors. So this push is kind of to be expected, like a lot of Thors, not that many siege tanks. This Swarmers would be great here, but...
Army out of position. Can Paranoid force the Lillekanin to come home is the question. I'm thinking it's going to be a big no, because the Lillekanin could probably just go for the base trade in this scenario.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, tank's a little exposed though, not siege. Gets a little overextended here. Gonna lose one of the tanks right away. SCV's here to spam repair. But Paranoid's doing nothing with half of his Roaches. Like, either split them off to the natural or go home. There we go. Start splitting them off. But this is looking pretty bad on both sides of the field. I think if it comes down to the base trade, though, Lillekanin's just got way more DPS. And let's not forget, you can always float a Terran building away.
Yeah, indeed. And, I mean, if there were Swarm Host defensively for Paranoid, that would be good for him, because he can kind of wear this army bit by bit, but Roaches not really going to trade well versus, like, how many? 6 Thors. They do really well versus Roaches. And he's going to hold his natural as well, Lillekanin is, so... Yeah, this is looking good for Lillekanin.
Yeah, I know, I don't disagree with the idea of Swarm Host, but it's just right now, there would have been, like, too few is the problem, so...
Yeah, he wouldn't have had enough, I agree with that, but I kind of feel like...
The Mutas are a desperation move as well. He's just trying to get away from these Thors. I mean, even if you Magic Box the Mutas, guys, it's usually the amount of 30 you need to take on these Thors. Not... What's he have right now? He's going to have 8 plus 11s. Ugh, that's awkward.
Yeah, 2-2 finishing
as well
for the Thors.
When do you ever see someone kill an egg? Eggs have like a gajillion armor on them.
They just died instantly.
Yeah, he didn't even get those Mutalisks out. Paranoid's on 1 base. His army supply is inferior, his upgrades are down. And this has all just been kind of a slow bleed out from that earlier Hellion damage. He's never fully recovered off of it. He did a pretty good job. But, yeah, this is looking rough. Oh, scan goes down to see the Broad Roaches. He knows this is available now, too, so he's going to keep scanning for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice to scan there. You don't want to get caught off guard. But these Roaches aren't enough anyway. Even if you unburrows on this army, unsiege, the Thor are going to wreck those Roaches, I'm quite sure. There's so many Thors.
Yeah, I mean, the Hellbats are supposed to get that job covered too, we just cover them, but as long as the Vikings live, the Mutalisks can't get in here, and sadly, there's certainly not enough Mutalisks to engage this. Even the reinforcement Vikings coming out 5 at a time, yikes!
Wow.
Yeah, he's scanning like crazy, looking for those Roaches.
Yeah. Well, Lillekanin is coming in with reinforcements now. Let's get caught off, though.
Yeah, but that's not going to be enough for this game. He's pulled all the drones out of this. He's trying to get these new hatcheries up. Paranoid might be going down here in game number 3, guys, but do keep in mind it's a best of 7, so we got plenty more matches between these two. And let's not forget, right after this finishes up, we got another 6 set of TVZs with MMA versus Snoot. So this one's far from over, but this game certainly is. Yeah,
that's for sure. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, it happens to everyone every now and then. You get Hellion starting to natural, you take devastating amounts of damage, and from there, the game is really hard to get back into. And this push that we saw from Lillekanin is so hard to hold. GG. And that's gonna be. I did like the idea.